I'm so new to the LCS that I feel like if I'm coming in saying, hey, yeah, Worlds is my goal, I'm straight to the top, baby, no one's stopping me, and that's just, I'm not saying it's not realistic. I just don't think I should start there.
Hey guys, Parks Owsley here, joined by Allorim, or is it Allorim?
No, you got it. It's
Allorim. Okay, sweet. Joined by Allorim here for Optic, the top laner now. Let's see. What is your guys' record currently? Is it?
We are 2-2 now.
2-2.
Yes.
So that is starting off pretty well, especially considering the.
Better than last split. Definitely better than last split. Although I wasn't on Optic last split, I know they started out like 0-5 or 0-6 last split. So I'd say it's an improvement. Maybe not what we wanted, but it's definitely an improvement.
So how is the general morale then? Are people excited because of the improvement, or are you still kind of, a little bit bummed that it wasn't maybe a 3-1 or a 4-0?
Well, I can't say we're happy about the result today because we had it in our grasp and then we got a little greedy with, hey, we can end, and then we couldn't end. So it was just a little misjudgment on us. I wouldn't say morale is down because we feel that we are stronger than ever at the moment. So moving into future weeks, I'm sure we can keep up the pace. And as long as we play our game and we don't get too greedy, we can win some games.
Awesome. Yeah, for sure. I expect you guys to do much better than last split. I think we've already seen some pretty real improvement. So.
Yeah, for sure.
So one thing I'm curious about, you've been on a number of different teams, kind of moving around, and now you're on Optic. So what is different about Optic? And I mean, I know this is newly franchised, so there's already going to be some differences there with it being kind of more professional. But what's kind of some of the big things that you've noticed that are different now than other teams you've been on?
Well, for one, I'm playing more with an LCS roster than an academy, or if you were way back on an amateur team. So the biggest difference is the quality of play and the quality of opponents I'm getting to play against. Like before, I'd be playing against only academy players or amateur players, and now I'm almost strictly scrimming against LCS players, and that makes a world of difference since the players are obviously much better in the LCS. So I'm getting a lot better practice on Optic, although, however, when I was on Echo Fox, when I was able to get internal practice versus Huni, I'd say that was my biggest spike of improvement since Huni is Huni.
Interesting. So do you feel like being here you have a better kind of ability to grow in the long term, or do you think being able to practice Huni, even if you weren't on the main LCS roster, do you think that might, just because it's Huni, might have had a bigger effect on you?
I think that being here is definitely making me a better player because it's more consistent. At Echo Fox, we do internal scrims every now and then, and now here at Optic, I'm scrimming versus LCS players all the time, and of course, that would make me better. Obviously, Huni's very good, and I can learn specific things that he does that I can try and mimic. But when I'm playing consistently versus LCS players, that improves my general play just overall.
Okay, that makes sense. What is it? Quantity over just the quality of a little bit of Huni. So you can't do everything.
No.
So what has been maybe the hardest thing to learn or to try and figure out now that you're on a full-time roster with these guys?
Well, the hardest thing to learn, I have to think about that one because I'd say I'm getting it down pretty well. I'm not going to say I'm the best top laner in NA right now, but of course I would like to be the best top laner in NA. I think as I'm going on, the hardest thing to learn is just to remain consistent in all my champions because a lot of people know me for being a tank player and that I don't have a huge champion pool. So when I'm playing things in scrims and eventually, hopefully, when I bring them out on LCS stage, I need to remember to bring that consistency to the stage and make sure I don't make anyone angry at me for losing, I guess.
So obviously shooting for the top, but I guess, working on yourself. That's good. And let's see. So you also play other games.
I do.
And specifically Smash Brothers. And you're the Mr. Game & Watch guy, right?
I am the Mr. Game & Watch player.
So why choose him? Because I played kind of, like as a kid just for fun. But I have a lot of friends who play competitively. And so I asked them, okay, isn't Mr. Game & Watch not like super top tier? And they said no. So why did you choose him? What is the draw there?
Okay, so Game & Watch is one of the worst characters in Melee because some of his abilities you can't L cancel. I don't know how familiar you are with Melee terminology, but some of his abilities are bugged where you can't L cancel them, which is lag canceling, so they're delayed. He has the worst shield in the game. He dies as easily as Jigglypuff. But I picked him because before I played Melee, I was Project M player, which was a mod of Brawl. And in that game, Mr. Game & Watch was a god. And so when I went from Project M to Melee, I couldn't abandon my boy. I have stickers of Mr. Game & Watch on my guitars and stuff. Like, I'm dedicated to the Game & Watch. And so I felt if I switched mains, like, out of nowhere I became a Sheik player, that'd be a disgrace to a Mr. Game & Watch player.
So you're just very honorable and loyal to your guy.
I'm loyal to my man.
Okay, that's fair. I guess I can appreciate that. So do any of the skills there transfer over? Are you like a really good Smash player, or is it just something that you like to do a lot?
I would say I'm better than the average Smash player, and I'd go as far as to say I'm the best Smash player in the league scene, at least within LCS and Academy. But if you're going to put me up against like actual professional Smash players, I'd get destroyed. But I entered locals every now and then. I wouldn't say any of the skills there go into playing League since there's such different games, and playing like Mr. Game & Watch would not help me play Ornn or any of the League of Legends champions, especially since they're completely different. Like, one's a 1v1, rely on yourself game. The other is play with your team and play macro.
Yeah, for sure. But do you have any kind of, I guess I'm just wondering, are the mind games there helping you out at all in the 1v1 top lane island scenarios that you guys are so often put in?
Well, Aatrox is getting basically a wave dash, so maybe I can put in some of that.
Awesome. All right, so lastly, I'm just curious, what are your personal goals for the season? Obviously, you do want to grow. I imagine Worlds would be great, but just focusing on yourself, what are you hoping to do?
At the moment, I guess my biggest goal is just not disappoint. I'm so new to the LCS that I feel like if I'm coming in saying, hey, yeah, Worlds is my goal, I'm straight to the top, baby, no one's stopping me, and that's just, I'm not saying it's not realistic. I just don't think I should start there. I'm going to start small. My goal this split is to get top 6. I want to at least make playoffs first. And that's a goal I think is realistic for Optic to make. So once I get that, then after that, okay, my goal is to make top 4. And next goal is to, okay, I want to be better than this guy, so I stand out more. It's just small goals, small steps. I'm not a huge step taker, so just going up one at a time.
Awesome. Well, keeping it realistic and definitely achievable, attainable goals. So I will be watching you. You guys watch this guy climb up, take those small steps. And that does it for us. Before we go, I'm going to challenge you to a best of 1 in rock, paper, scissors. So good luck. I don't have a great win ratio, so don't worry too much. But yeah, are you ready?
Let's go.
All right. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. All right. I got another one. All right. Thank you so much, Allorim. You guys check this guy out the rest of the season, and please watch some more of our videos and interviews. Thanks again for the interview.
Thank you.
We'll see y'all next time. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching the video. If you want to check out more of our content on the Shotcaller, you can click here or right there. And if you would like, please comment below. Let us know what you liked about this video or what you want to see in future videos. And we would love to hear back from you guys. Thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing you soon.